What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and who am I with as always? Filthy Huggy, aka Old Man Huggy. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 132. In Boston, they call it a squatty potty. You think you're better than me, Joseph, because you have a house? Well, motherfuckers.
How are you, sir?
What's up?
Yeah, I mean, for the stream, I have it Squatty Appleseed because, I was ranting about Johnny Appleseed, and I've had thoughts.
Oh, what was the rant?
Well, we'll get into it. I'll save it for later. But I mean, I don't like. I'm just saying, he's the OG of some bullshit. But yeah, fuck Johnny Appleseed. Anyway, yeah. What are you talking? We'll get into it. We'll save it. But yeah, fuck Johnny Appleseed.
This one time I was like just on a run of condomless sex. They called me Andy Appleseed because I was just spreading my seed.
Jesus Christ. Even got those Granny Smiths on deck.
Oh, I got the Granny Smiths.
I
got the Red Delicious.
Jesus, ew. Don't say it like that. What's your favorite type of apple?
I don't have one.
What? You don't have a favorite apple? Mine's definitely
not the green one.
No, Granny Smith. People who say that the Granny Smith are my favorite, I'm like, A, you're lying. B, if that's true, you're like a psychopath. They're good to bake with. Apple pie, apple crisp. They're great to cook stuff with, but they're like way too tart, bro. Like I could eat one every once in a while. I'm like, oh, that's all right. But if I'm like, give me a bag of apples, I'm like, give me the golden delicious or the red and yellow kind of swirly ones. Those ones I'm like all day. I fucks with those. But even a red
How often are you eating apples, man?
I mean, probably not often enough. But
what? You're not even like
apples are good.
One of my spiritual gurus is like, don't ever eat fruit.
Why?
Sugar.
I mean, okay, but I mean, if that's the type of sugar I'm gonna be having, I'm gonna give me some of that sugar. I'd rather eat a piece of fruit.
You're gonna lose that foot. You're gonna lose that.
Than eat candy.
Well, obviously that.
And I just said I don't eat a whole lot of apples. I'm just saying. Apples
yeah, no, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But when you said that you should eat more, I'm just like, I don't think that there really is like a quota that you need to be hitting with apples.
Red apples.
Like, what are they bringing? What sort of nutrients are they bringing?
See, I think that apples aren't that bad. I think they put you on shitty apples when you're a kid on purpose. They like put you on the shitty apples, right? Like, what's the worst apples? Okay, so probably a red apple is like top 2. If you get like a pure red apple that the skin on it's like wax, it's like half candle. Like, what the fuck is this thing? You got to eat 60% of it to get to like the good part. If it's got it, it can be kind of dried out. Granny Smith too tart. So whenever you're a kid, you're like, oh, give me an apple. Like, all the school has is like waxy ass red apples.
When I first time I was at the dentist, or I don't know about the first time, but one of the earliest times I was there, they asked me if like what kind of flavor I wanted for like some mouthwash or like something to rinse my mouth out, and I was like apple juice. And they're like,
apple juice is lit. Apple juice is underrated. Apple juice is underrated. It's one of the most refreshing juices. Yeah. It's not, but it's like, you get sometimes you get that AJ.
It hits different, dude.
It does. AJ hits at a different level than OJ ever could. Like, it just can't.
Big facts.
Nothing competes with that. But you can't just drink AJ all day. You'd be like pissing your pants nonstop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it gets you out. You know, I need some AJ like 8 ounces.
What about that apple cider, bro?
8 ounces at a time. That's what I need. Oh, hot apple cider? I fucks with that all day. That's like,
not me, dude. Not me.
No, hey, man. I'm like, fuck the holidays. Fuck Christmas. Where's that hot apple juice at? Because I'm trying to piss my
pants. Last time I had apples.
I'm depressed as fuck. It's the holidays. I got pissed my pants. Where's the cider? I brought Captain Morgan. Let's go.
Last time I had hot apple cider, I was at a charity event where the cast of Full House was there. And Full House was still on the air, like putting out shows, like just to give you an idea of how long ago that was.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I don't fucks with that.
I never got to go see that. Although, you know, there is that whole. Hold on, I'm trying to share this episode, man. You know, because you gotta. I could be better about it, but I try to make sure at least I share certain spots each episode.
I know we really do need to get up on marketing.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know, it is what it is. But
It's like 47 countries, like without marketing shit.
you watched, you've obviously seen like this Quiet on Set Nickelodeon documentary that's like super,
No, I haven't watched it yet.
bruh. First of all, super fucked up. Well, first of all, fucked up. Second of all, I actually went and watched some live taping of a show at that studio as a kid with like my family. Like went to
Did
that.
you guys do Double Dare or what?
It was something where it didn't end up being like, if we were on a show, I don't know if it was ever like aired. We were in the audience, but you could have gotten called out of the audience. None of us got called. I was like the only brother there. You know, they ain't calling me up. And if they did, they'd be like, with the purple team, because the black guy was always purple on like Guts and shit like that, which I fucks with Guts. Guts was tight. I was glad to see.
Global Guts.
What's interesting too is when you watch it, I thought maybe like Guts, you'd see some weird shit going on. You got kids in leotards running around doing all sorts of stuff, and it was like iCarly and all these other shows where there was like just creepy ass dudes. Guts was free and clear. Legends of the Hidden Temple, didn't hear of any fuckery.
Blue Barracuda.
Didn't hear anything about, you know, the purple monkeys, silver snakes.
That's because those are competition shows, man. They don't have time to fuck around with
like
the talent.
Athletes. You can buy a piece of the aggro crag for $1,500 on eBay.
Still.
Yeah, it works, dude. It lights up. I was like, bruh, like,
Dude, when are they gonna bring that back?
just set that on your mantle and just like leave it, and just people be like, what the
aggro
fuck?
crag was like the final mountain that the kids on Global Guts or just regular Guts had to climb at the end.
Which was really dangerous. They did some dangerous ass shit, because on the aggro crag, they were like hurling boulders at you, and there was like wind machines blowing confetti in your face. Like, you had to wear goggles because you'd get shit in your eye. And then
yeah, it's like being at the dentist.
there was some of the swim competitions where they were like strapped with a bungee cord. I was like, why do you got this kid with a bungee cord in a pool? Like, whoa, dude! Like, this kid's gonna drown. They just put the black kid, and of course he's purple team, in the pool strapped to a bungee cord.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
What's wrong with purple?
and then they got some British chick being like, purple team 400 points, blue team 360 points.
Do you remember the arcade game where like it was like video arcade and like you'd have to play like certain games like and score a high point? It was on Nickelodeon. I think that had a black host. It's like, what does a black guy know about video games?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why they were like, video games, that's not the future. Put the black guy on it. We got to give him affirmative action. I wish somebody like Trump would run for office so we could just do away with all this diversity hire.
What was the one where it was like you were like different colors and Omar Gooding's brother was like on it?
Different color.
No, it was Omar Gooding and it was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother.
They're different colors? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, they're like different team colors.
Well, there was the show that was so stupid, but it was called Wild and Crazy Kids, and it was just shit where they'd like
maybe that's
compete
what it was.
on monkey
Yeah,
bars,
yeah,
or they'd like
yeah.
pop balloons and they'd have shaving cream and shit in them, and be like, I dare you to open these sodas. And then they wondered why kids were doing wild shit. We were watching TV and there's someone like throwing Coke cans at cars, and I was like, I got nothing to do in the burbs. What should I go do? I'm like, what would they do on Wild and Crazy Kids? Like, shit was absurd. And then there was Hey Dude. They had some good shows, man. They had some bangers. It's like, you know, but you see that, and it's just like, dude, I remember I loved all that.
I was about to say,
it made me cringe so hard watching some of that, and I knew that had gone on because, in the sense that it'd been discussed, I've watched like other stuff and heard stories, you know, where there's other like small budget documentaries that have been made about just weird stuff that happened with Nickelodeon. But then to what extent? And then like that Pickle Boy, one of the characters from that I remember that I remember like laughing about with like 10 random dudes we grew up with. Like, oh man, did you see when they had Pickle Boy on all that last night? Like, oh, I missed it. And that dude was like a creeper. Like, Pickle Boy was creepy as fuck. Like, come to find out.
I don't remember Pickle Boy. I just remember
he would just
Suzanne
walk
Summers.
out.
What was not Suzanne Summers? What was the chick who hosted that?
Oh, you're thinking about Figure It Out.
Yeah,
where they dropped the slime,
yeah,
and
that
was Kel Mitchell and all of them, and or Keenan and Ivory Wayans.
So who's the chick host?
Summer Saunders.
Summer Saunders, shout out.
Pretty sure
But no, yeah,
she was an
Omar
Olympian.
Gooding was the host on Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yeah.
Half of the photos, like on the images, he's in a yellow shirt, but the other half, purple.
Yeah, dude, they always got him in purple.
He's
Yellow
out here
was
looking like the Hamburglar.
Yeah, it's like what's up, y'all? More like Grimace, dude, because it's a
That's
deep
what I meant.
purple.
That's what I meant, Grimace. Yeah.
And look at my PC right now, partially purple. That's how we do it.
Oh. Okay, y'all. Your boy entered into a 620 person, $32,000 prize pool poker tournament. First place gets $5,000. Top 6 get over 1,000. I got 26. I made 200.
It's so good.
I know, but I was feeling it. Then I had pocket queens, flop. One guy calls me pre-flop, 48,000 chips, 10 highs, like the high on the flop. I bet 2/3 of that, so it was like I don't know, like another 100 grand in chips. He calls because he got a 10. Next card comes out as a 10. He jams me $600,000 or 600,000 chip bet. I'm like, does he actually have the 10? I call that, and then he goes all in 2 million on the river, and I feel like he's bluffing, and I call, and he had 3 10s.
Damn.
Yeah, we were down to like 3 tables.
Damn.
Yeah, started off with like 90.
But you know, I love these weekly updates of like.
And I actually played my for like an hour before I picked up my dog yesterday as well, and came out to double my money.
As long as you're going in and doubling up.
Yeah, I like quadrupled up in the actual in the online tournament, and then doubled up in live. So I made like $300 yesterday playing poker, which is a disappointment to me nowadays.
Still
I'm
good
playing so
amount.
well. I can't remember the last time I've lost.
Well, I mean, knock on some wood in that room and just be careful. You know, you gotta.
I'm just taking it to a whole different level. I might be the best poker player. I like top 25 in every tournament I've played in, like the last 10. And there's like 200 people plus 200 to 650 people.
Then go to the big boy table. Quit talking about it. Be about it. Go to the big boy table. Tired of hearing you say each time the prize pool get bigger, but the amount of people in these pools get bigger. I put in $5.
No, this one was $55.
Winner gets
$55.
$600,000, and then you'll be like, 10,000 goes to first place. I'm like, damn, a lot of people getting paid out, bitch. That's crazy. But I mean, you just gotta go to the table, man. You gotta do it. The people that you play with at the card place who watch you play cards are telling you need to go play. Everything about how you're playing online is showing you that you need to go play. And you've seen so many hands, you need to go do it. It'll be your first time. You'll probably crush it, and then like come back down to earth.
No, I did play one time at the bigger table. Lost 200 on this asshole who he was like, I'll gamble, and like calls an all in and catches a straight like on the river, and then but I was in for 300, so I just took the 100 I'd left. That was the day that I folded the jackpot. I moved to the 1-2s and I had the jackpot. Could have left $5,000, and that's when I went into a huge slump. But the slump's over.
I'm talking about you need to go play at a different venue.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where did that dealer tell
Or I
you?
need to go look up a tournament in Vegas and then fly out there for a weekend. Or drive out there.
Well, let me know. I'll fly out there while you drive out there.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
That'd be tight.
As we do, we start with therapy questions. Therapy question number 1, Joseph. Would you rather artificial intelligence, AI, okay, anybody needed to clarify?
No, well, thanks.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's what that means? No shit.
I actually needed to use AI to figure out what AI meant. Would you rather artificial intelligence controls your food choices or where you work?
Where I work. I think that because choosing my food choices, sure, but I'd rather like figure out what the fuck I eat. But AI is probably gonna figure out what's best for me. And
that's what I'm thinking. Is like, how do you prompt it? Are you prompting it like, "Yo, AI, choose my food so I become like a fucking like superhero, healthy"? Maybe I'd be into that. Like If it's just like, hey, AI, pick a fucking job for me and doesn't know anything about me, fuck that.
Well,
But
no,
if
I
it's
think
like,
it
pick the
would.
best job,
It would. Yeah, it'd be. I feel like AI would pick the best job for your set of skills that would make you the happiest and net you the most money. You could ask it to do that. Show me a job that would I'll give me a job that will give me financial stability and a good work-life balance that I'm suited for based off of my skills. Like, okay, computing.
what do you think it would be?
That job does not exist, Joseph. You're like, oh shit. You can be happy and have work life balance, but never own a house. Or,
How did things go? Are you still not talking about it with your work?
what do you mean? About, talking about what? What do you mean? What?
Promotion.
Oh, well, no. I mean, just getting moved. Things are changing. It's always, things are shifting. Things
Well,
are
I know
shifting.
you weren't talking about it.
Yeah,
so,
because I didn't. Yeah, I mean, things have just been shifting, and now I'll be doing the same thing, just moving around. I'm always
how did
moving.
everybody take it?
Fairly well. I mean, but that's what's interesting is no matter what you do for work, you have the ability to like create opportunities for people, help people pay for school or pay shit off, or you know what I'm saying? It's just cool whenever you get to see like how people mature or grow. A shout out to my boy Henny, by the way. He's hold on, stop.
Henny, like
Hendrick. His name's Hendrick. His name's Hendrick, but I call him Henny.
the drink
He's
of the black people.
Yeah, for the company soccer game, I made him a soccer jersey, and it said Henny on the back, and the number was 420. And he didn't even play. It's like purple, and it was like absolutely wild. But no, I brought him on to work for me when he was in high school, and now he's tomorrow he is moving to North Carolina to go live with his wife, and they're moving into like a house. And I've watched him go off to college and stuff, and like just it's cool to be able to see people like progress like that. Whenever you meet somebody and they're like a punk ass 17-year-old kid that's like the man, and he's awesome, and you just like you hope they they'll figure it out, and they have their ups and downs to kind of be there and help with that is one of my favorite things about just like people in work.
Is Henny white?
No, Hispanic. He's cool. He's got this like crazy like curly ass fro thing. It's tight. Like he's a cool ass kid. Been through a lot. Worked really hard. Super proud of him. So his last day working with me was Sunday. So to say like bye and to see him and just like no, I'm going. Shout out, I'm coming out to the wedding. Going to Charlotte. We're going to Charlotte, and because we're having a big reception, and he wants me to go. Because like his wife,
in Charleston after that.
his wife was they've known each other since high school, so I remember her like coming and being around and chatting it up, and now they're like married and like all this shit. It's just cool, man. Like, but always the shifting and movement of just people is always people are impactful, whether it be for 10 years or 10 minutes. Everybody's got some sort of value, so it's no, it's true though. It's true. Hey, think about this. Say, hey, no, it's true. It's totally true. I think I think the first 10 minutes we talked, we were like, yeah, bruh, we tight, and that was like it. And now we're like getting old as fuck, and we still like and we're doing this every week, and we're on episode 132. Like that's impact. You know what I'm saying? Like beating up somebody in the bathroom when we handcuffed them to a toilet. And left him.
Bring up old shit.
Left him in the bathroom to let him know how it goes around here.
That's right. We were just protecting the youth.
The turf.
Therapy question number 2. Would you rather live on Earth, it should say, with 30 billion people? Okay, we'll say on an Earth with 30 billion people, or 1 billion.
I mean, sounds bad because if you say 1 billion, everyone's like, so you want like 7 billion people to die? But I don't think 30 billion people living on this planet is sustainable. That's not sustainable.
Yeah, it is.
How?
We might get there, but I doubt it. Like the United States has already like hit peak population. China's already hit peak population. However, India is now the largest, or most people one country and then on Earth, and then Africa is gonna have billions. Like Nigeria will have over a billion people by itself in like 10 years. But eventually, those things will come down. I don't think we'll ever hit 30 billion. But I think the Earth could sustain it.
I don't think there's enough just natural resources.
I think so.
I don't, man. We'd have to figure some shit out. We'd have to figure some shit out for sure. We'd have
I
to.
mean, you fly like we're not overcrowded like that. Like you fly over the United States. It's
No, I
like
wouldn't
empty.
say that we're overcrowded, but we definitely overconsume, and not just as like a country, but as like a global population. We overconsume. We're excessive and,
Yeah, I was
and
actually
gluttonous and greedy, and we
totally.
could give a fuck about the long term ramifications. That's what's wild is like not giving a fuck about what happens to the planet has been a can that's been kicked down the road. So if we took better care of the environment, could it be possible? Sure, but at the rate that we're going, absolutely not. There's no way you could have 24 to 23 billion more people on this planet. It would be chaos. It'd be absolute chaos.
Well, if you just plopped them down, obviously, but if we grew into it naturally,
We're not growing. We haven't grown naturally into the 8 billion that we have. We got like
you know what's crazy?
slum
Like,
villages with trains that run through them, and people are like stacked on top
yeah,
of
but
each
that's
other.
just poor governance. Um, uh, what to your point though? Um, I was watching the local news out here in LA earlier, and there's this house in Fairfax where this guy just puts his trash like in his front yard,
Yeah,
and it's like it's like enclosed, and there's like houses next to him, like multi-million-dollar houses,
yeah.
and he just stacked up all his piles and piles, like just giant piles of trash surrounding his house. But apparently, like he had done that before, and then they complained, and he cleaned it up, and then this is like, not, and then he started it again. And I can't believe they let it even get to this far. But then I was like, damn, like that would change your perspective on how much shit you buy if you just kept all the trash. Like you'd be like, damn, dude, like I really consume a lot of shit.
Yeah, like how much you throw away. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But you like don't realize it because you throw it like the trash bag and the trash bag goes away and blah blah blah. But like this guy's just like got everything he's bought for like the last 2 years like in his, and it's like it's a lot of shit, man.
Yeah,
Then like his neighbors were like, he's a nice guy. I mean, it's obviously a mental health thing.
yeah.
It's
Of
like,
course it is.
I mean, obviously, but still, it was insane. I just couldn't believe that they let it you get like a third that bad.
Yeah, yeah. Because 1 billion would be like
And
spacious. See, that'd be
you
like
don't get AI with only 1 billion.
that'd be like HOV lane, just like everywhere, dude. Like traffic would just be lighter in theory.
We had a billion people in like 1920.
Yeah,
Shit
there
popped
was
off
like,
quickly.
hey, no traffic in 1920. It'd be like people were shocked to see a car. That sounds great. They'd be like, oh shit, did you see
No,
somebody
man, it was the
drive?
Roaring Twenties, dude. They were like ghost riding the whip.
No, I know. I'm just being
In the
hyperbolic.
30s, they would be shocked to see a car.
Yeah.
All right. Amanda Sue just liked a memory I shared.
Shout
We
out.
went to high school with her, I think.
Yeah. Shout out.
Would you rather eat only pizza for a year or eat no pizza for 5?
No pizza for 5.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, eating pizza's tight. But eating pizza for a year, and that's all I can eat. Now, you
Gross.
could mix it up, have different pizzas, but it'd just be like, you'd be over it. That's all I could eat. I'd rather not eat it for 5 years and then go back to the pizza and be like, oh, this is the best. Like, I'd rather
Gabago.
I'd rather have that moment, the moment of reuniting with pizza, than have the moment where I'm separating from pizza forever. Because that's what would probably happen if that's all I could eat.
For a year.
Yeah, that'd just be tiresome.
Get yourself a Thai pizza, a margarita
Bro,
pizza.
you'd be taking like Mondo
pizza
shit.
pizza.
Dude. That'd just be a bad idea. Just eating pizza all the time.
Yeah, it would suck.
Your friends would hate you. Be like, "Oh, you eating pizza again?" Like, everybody would dog you, bro, because you just all you do is eat pizza. Every date you take to the pizza shop.
But then when you're with the homies and they have pizza and you're like, nah, I don't need pizza. You're not gonna get dogged then.
Yeah, you could make some shit up. Is that gluten free, dog? No, bro, celiac. My bad, bro. I can't do that, dog. But
Celiac.
just order me some wings. You could always just be the guy that, oh, he never eats the pizza. Yeah, man, just get me wings, all flats. You could just say that, and that'd be like,
All flats.
yeah, of course.
Why do you like flats better than the other?
I really don't. I have no preference.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I
Just
get
some people do.
some people. Yeah, some people are like all flats.
All flats.
It's a 2 Chainz song called Hot Wings.
No cap, all flats.
They're called Hot Wings with the Z. He's like, she just want her 20-piece all flats with the lemon pepper. Man, yep, it's true.
Therapy question. Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. Would you rather always be underdressed, looking at you, Jose,
Oh, underdressed.
or overdressed?
Underdressed. I could give 2 fucks. I could. I'm like,
I think it's clearly overdressed.
I'm t-shirt jeans all the time. If
Well,
I
I'm
could pull
James
it off.
Bond all the time.
I
Just
would
suited
do
up.
nah, bro. That's just like pretentious as fuck. I'd rather just be laid back and relaxed. Don't really care.
You don't want to look like clean as fuck in our 20-year reunion next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Are you gonna go to that?
I mean, probably.
I'll fly out for sure.
Yeah, I'll go. If you go, I'll go.
I haven't been into any of them yet.
I didn't. I only knew of one, and I was like, I'm not going.
Oh, they've done 5, 10, 15.
Really?
Yeah, maybe not 15. Well, yeah, 15. Maybe 15 was 2020, so maybe not.
No. I think they just said 5'10".
Yeah.
So, but
You know,
no.
Matt Gatto on it. You know, over here, Forbes 30 under 30. He was on that.
Facts.
And now my boy who became the president. He was like younger than me, but became the president of my fraternity. He started the company Trust and Will, and he was on the 30 under 30 because he had started a different company, and now it's like advertised in like the podcast I listen to and shit. I'm just like, shut up,
Yeah.
shut up.
Blowing up.
Sticky and I ran from a taxi cab because we just decided we didn't want to pay. Coming back from the Lil Wayne concert at the House of Blues in San Diego, and we tripped down an alley, and then we ran into my fraternity house, and that guy was there, Cody, and he went out and paid the fucking taxi.
You guys are such dicks.
He's like younger than us. Like, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And then he became the president. Now our fraternity's permanently banned from San Diego State because another fraternity's president died in our fraternity house.
Oh shit.
That's what happens.
What,
Dog.
partying?
Yeah, he overdosed accidentally.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I know.
But yeah, definitely underdressed. I wouldn't want to be overdressed. I like dressing up, but I like it to be for occasions. I just don't like to dress up for no reason. Because I could give 2 shits what anybody thinks about what I'm wearing or not wearing. If anything,
I'm
I'd rather.
always trying to fuck, you know? So, like, I'm always trying to look dressed to impress.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I could,
I want to fuck in the bathroom. Every bathroom, like every establishment I'm at, if like a hot chick came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to fuck in the bathroom?" I'd be like, "Yes, this is what I live my life for."
well, I like your suit. Let's go fuck in this bathroom.
That's right. That's what I'm always prepared for that.
And I just come in like some free TK t-shirt and some jeans.
Peace, love, and little donuts.
Hey man, I don't know. This shirt's wild. I don't know. I just grab a shirt to the
I don't know
podcast.
either,
I was
dude.
just wearing this the hoodie earlier. I was like, I'm just gonna put on a t-shirt, whatever. I wear random ass t-shirts when we do this every
I've
time.
noticed.
I know because I have a shit ton of random ass t-shirts. It's great. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather, and also I've had to like wear a suit every day for work or the equivalent and stuff like that, and it's just exhausting. It's fine, and I have fun with it. So when I do it, I'm gonna do it. I do it well, but I'm not gonna do it if I don't have to.
I mean, when I was like going up to like the, like the 47th floor, for my financial advisor job, and had to dress up every day, like that was tight.
Yeah, that's fun. It's definitely like you feel.
I was like trying to fuck in the bathroom, but like instead I was just like drinking in the bathroom.
like, and you feel it. You're like, yeah. Like you feel.
Yeah.
You're
You
in the
feel
zone.
good, you play good, you fuck good.
Yeah, you're like in the zone, but I'd rather be
The
underdressed.
auto
man.
zone, baby.
I'd rather be like Adam Sandler and just be like worth tens of millions of dollars.
No, you're like SBF, bro.
No, I'm not like SBF.
You're like SBF, dude. Like first of all, I just was listening. I listened to this stupid podcast called the All In Podcast. It's got like 4 VC guys on there. They're billionaires and they're all Republican fuckwads.
I think you've talked about it.
Yeah, Elon stands. They were saying that apparently everybody at FTX was on speed, and then he said speed multiple times, and then he said like Adderall, and I'm like, well, what is it? Because Brady, my brother, says like calls Adderall speed.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's not, but
I mean,
like
it
it's
is.
like, okay, it's great.
If you're not
like,
prescribed for it, you're not supposed to take it. It's not for you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I was too, but I hated taking it because it'd make me a zombie. So I'm like, who wants these?
But then they were saying they were doing patches of speed, which sign your boy up. But the entire Trump White House was doing speed. That was like a cover story at the New York Times like 2 weeks ago. But SPF, you're doing speed. What are you doing? Putting on cheeseburgers, dude? I've never seen somebody who's like portly, who's like hardcore into speed. That doesn't exist.
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, like you could get fat on coke, apparently. Ask Trump.
Yeah.
But like on speed, I don't know.
I haven't heard
impossible
anyone.
For me.
I don't know anything about
meth.
No, just SPF doing it, but I could see some like total crypto geeks just like tweaking out all night.
All of Silicon Valley does like they do these hackathons and like just geek up on like Adderall for like 48 hours, but it's not like a crisis as far as I know. That's where the shortage is, bro.
What, Adderall?
Oh yeah, there's a nationwide shortage. Been going on for about a year.
It's probably a good thing. Sounds like it.
No, like people. I read an article about people are gonna die because of it.
They're gonna die because you don't get Adderall.
Yeah, and it was like,
why?
They're like, I know this sounds crazy, and they like,
why? Explain why. I'm curious.
Okay, I read. It was like because they can't get it, and then they go and they try to get like something like off the street. Like to supplement. It's like when people ran out of their like oxys were too expensive, so they started doing,
but when
like, heroin.
but no, because you're not gonna.
There was an article. I didn't read the article. I just read the headline.
You're not gonna go into Adderall withdrawals and die. Is what I'm saying. Like, oh my god, it's
insulin. That's not what they were saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's like.
No, it was like
I'm gonna die without it, man. But yeah,
the circumstances of it, like it's gonna lead people to go try to find alternative methods, and then that
which would be speed and meth,
right, and that in turn can lead to that.
So Brady braids is right. Shout out braids.
It's called amphetamine salt.
Miss him in the background.
Called amphetamine salt. What Adderall's generic term is.
Yeah, but if you take it, you'll fail a piss test if you're on it. You'll test positive.
I've done that.
I know people that have, where it's like, oh shit,
multiple times.
And they're like, I was like, oh damn, that does that? That's crazy.
I did that at residential therapy, and my counselor walks up to me, and she was like in charge of all of it. She just happened to be assigned to me as my counselor, like one-on-one. She's like, "Are you prescribed Adderall?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, because you tested positive for meth," and I was like telling everybody, "This is impossible. There's no way this guy's on meth." Like, because I was like just doing like really well, and like like that she thought she would like know. Like,
yeah.
I was like there because I was having like alcohol issues, and so she's like, "No," and she's like, "Oh, well, you're supposed to tell us that if you're taking that." I was like, "Oh, my bad."
Sorry. All right. We'll get into the articles. Rise in homeowners versus squatters incidents prompts action from lawmakers.
It's a squatty potty.
Florida passed a law allowing squatters to be criminally charged. Good. I fucking hate squatters. This is what I was going to say. Johnny Appleseed is the original
book. Yeah. Go off on him.
Like the original.
Why were you going off on him like prior to this?
Well, because I was just discussing
Who were you talking to?
I was talking about tall tales and explaining, like Paul Bunyan and Pecos Bill and like Johnny Appleseed, and then I was like, the black guy was like real, John Henry, he was tight. And there's that movie, A Tall Tale, underrated movie. This is like totally like
underrated. They had like a fucking like like an attraction ride at Universal Studios for years. Come on.
Yeah, but not anymore. But this is what, like, there's kids who don't understand like who Paul Bunyan is and Babe the Big Blue Ox. But Johnny Appleseed's like the original, like, just wook, fucking
Look.
crunchy ass fucking hippie, dude. You know he's like wandering around fucking. If there was some dude wandering around my neighborhood fucking barefoot with a pot on his head, throwing seeds everywhere. Get the fuck out of here. Who is this guy? And he's just wandering up around the coast. Fuck this dude, man. You know, he was borrowing shit from people, probably squatting
The
on
East Coast
people.
or the West Coast?
West Coast, squatting on people's properties.
Johnny Appleseed.
Squatting on people's property. All sorts of bullshit, dude.
Dude, he was probably just trying to spread apples.
Nah, dog. Nah. He's spreading something else too, like Hep C or some
And
shit.
everybody who has property out here squatted at one point. Somebody in their family squatted.
To get that house. My great grandpa squatted to
house,
get this
the property.
house. My great grandpa squatted to
Because
get
that's
this
where the
house.
squatters' rights came from. It's like when they were heading west. They're like, yeah, dude, just pitch your, claim your land, live there, and then we nobody can fuck with you.
Yeah. Manifest destiny. Manifest destiny's nuts. This is my property, bitch. That is true. Oklahoma's goofy because, like, Sooners, or it's just like, all right, everybody, you race to a stake, and that's your plot of land. Ready to go. We stole it.
Yeah.
We stole it.
They do. They still do that in like gold mining in like Australia.
We stole it from a bunch of Indians that were around here. Oh, that's terrible. Don't do that. But it's true. That's goofy. But no, Johnny Appleseed is just a punk ass bitch. You know, he smelled like patchouli and fucking lavender oil. He's barefoot, gross as shit, with a cooking pot on his head.
A little nom champa.
Dude, like, that guy would get worked today. He would get shot quickly. Be like, what are you doing on my property? Quit spreading your hemp seeds or weed seeds. He'd be like, they're apple trees. He'd be like, fuck you, bro. Like, get out of here. I just can't stand Johnny Appleseed's. Just, I can't.
What if you hit your house, your property with like real solid seeds, and all of a sudden you had like apple trees like surrounding your house?
That
you
sounds
didn't want.
terrible.
I know.
I'd kill them all, and I'd post a video on like X, and I'd be like, tag them in it at Johnny Seed 420, whatever his name is, and his handle name would be like Fish Guy.
What was he? Okay,
Fish Guy 2020. I'd be like, of course you listen to Fish.
Oh yeah.
You
and whippets.
little-
He's
oh,
got the whippets.
deep in it. That dude buys boxes of whippets off of Amazon.
Not
And
boxes. He's got full tank like for like a balloon store.
I just know people that buy like 5,000 cases, like cartridge cases of whippets when I was living in Austin, and they're exactly what you'd think they'd be like. And then, you know who their best friend was? Johnny fucking Appleseed. But Patty Peebles says that she was taken by surprise last year.
That's
when
a
she
real
discovered
name too, Patty Peoples.
Patty Peepless,
Like
Peeping
Peeping Tom.
Yeah, Peepless. Says she was taken by
Peeps.
surprise last year when she discovered her unoccupied home in Jacksonville, Florida, wasn't actually vacant. Apparent squatters had broken into her investment properties that were up for sale, changed the locks, caused damage to the house, she alleged. To make things worse, the squatters claimed they were the rightful tenants and produced a phony lease. She was 61. She filmed the confrontation. The video shows the occupants of the home striking Peoples and demanding she leave the property. She told Nightline.
That's right, bitch.
Nightline.
You got investment houses? Guess what? People don't have real houses.
Why do
so
they gotta
they're
have?
ing in.
Why is Nightline in quotes? I mean, I guess that's the title of it.
Yeah, it's a
But
title,
that's
yeah.
like, I mean,
That's MLA format.
fuck MLA format too. How are you gonna tell me to write a paper? How are you gonna tell me how to express myself? Fuck that shit. Anyways, don't get me started on MLA. Site where you shut up. You find it. I found it. Why you asking me? I'm explaining what you want me to. Bro,
The same teacher who made you use MLA and screamed at you that Wikipedia wasn't a credible news source is now an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah,
and,
she's
and
like-
a MAGA supporter.
No. She's not MAGA. She's voting for RFK.
RFK Jr.
She's
yeah,
voting for RFK.
Yeah.
Because it's breaking the blood barriers in your brain, and that's how the 5G gets.
A lot of young people are getting cancer.
From 5G. She told Nightline that her nightmare got worse. Police said they could not pursue criminal charges. Everybody, it's the people that moved into her residence. The police gave me the really devastating news, which was that it was not a crime, and that this had to be managed in civil court. Her ordeal is part rampant squatter crisis affecting homeowners throughout the United States that is prompting action from lawmakers, in some cases homeowners themselves. I mean, yeah, bro, these people are busting into people's houses when no one's there. I do find it interesting that a lot of the people that are victims of squatters are like boomers who own like 9 houses.
Multiple houses.
And they're like, oh my god, this condo I never live in isn't vacant anymore. They're my multi-million-dollar home that's been
That's
sitting.
what I'm saying.
That's been empty in Staten
I'm on the squatter
Island.
side.
Like
I'm on the squatter side.
No, I mean obviously it's a representation of the
Squatted up.
the housing crisis that's going on, and it's fucked up to do. But I do like
I might start squatting.
some like the people that were like, nah, man, I know that there's lockdown and people can't work, but you should be paying full fucking rent. I don't think that that's fair to the landlords. And I'm like, that guy owns like a split level duplex. Suck a dick. That's the reason why you're typing that shit out.
There's some of the pools that I clean. Nobody lives there. They're like massive mansions.
I bet.
I just post up, start squatting.
Yeah,
I went from cleaning this pool to swimming in it.
You could, because I have a graph that tells you how long you have to be living in a place before you have squatters.
I was going to ask you that.
It's different. It varies by state. Deanna Reynolds, a real estate agent, told Nightline again that current laws about squatting make it difficult for the property owners to seek a quick solution to removing a squatter. Anyone who is living in a property that has called adverse possession, where they take the property on as their own and they have certain legal rights. We would think it's trespassing, but they have to be evicted through the court process. So and that's a lot of the videos you see, because you can go through the eviction process. It's a pain in the ass, and you have to serve them and go through that. But normally the videos you see when people are, freaking out and like trying to throw people out or beating up the squatters that are in their house, it's when they find out people are living there. And it's like, and they don't want to wait 60 days. I got to sell this house, the deli went under, if we're going to keep the house in Staten Island, I got to sell this house. I got some fucking bum living in my goddamn upstairs bedroom.
So 2 things. One, they also talk about where they just straight up killed the person like in an apartment. Not the squatter. The squatters killed the homeowner.
Yeah.
And put her in a duffel bag. Also, I saw, I forget what channel this is on, but it was a guy who is dealing with squatters.
Where he
squats with them.
Yeah, he squats with them because somebody did it to his mom. Yeah, so somebody squatted with his mom. And then, or squatted in his mom's house. So then he realized that since he's not on the lease or anything and he's not an owner, he could move in as a tenant. And he just started like fucking with them until they moved out. And now that's what he does is he goes around and fucks with people and moves in till they move out. Because you can't touch them. You can't do stuff. But yeah, last week 2 squatters were arrested on suspicion. They killed a woman who walked in on them living in her late mother's Manhattan apartment. Her body was found in a bag. An upscale Los Angeles neighborhood property owners who have been dealing with squatters said they fear such an escalation and have taken up with the community watch, patrolling their streets, taking photos and videos of suspected squatters. How homeowners in Studio City said they have recently shocked when squatters allegedly took over an empty $3 million home. It's true, they're just doing it.
Joey Bag of Donuts, watch your ass.
And this woman in Studio City, I can just hear her voice. They're around. They're helping themselves to the neighborhood packages getting dropped off in the middle of the night from Amazon. Lori Wendenthal said, a member of the Neighborhood Watch told Nightline, I've been here since 91. It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe.
She said that.
Yeah, that's what it said. That's the sentence. I've lived here since 1991. It's a different vibe. Another Los Angeles resident said he made the decision to crack down on squatters. Flash Shelton, dubbed the squatter hunter, so that's what we just talked about, which is interesting and funny. Ron DeSantis has signed a bill Wednesday that puts criminal penalties on alleged squatters. That's Meatball Ron, dude. Meatball Ron, 2 for 2. Keeping the 12-year-olds off TikTok. Keeping the 12 people living in my great-grandma's den The fuck out of here. I'm trying to rent this
I
out.
mean, Florida squatters are a different breed, I think, than normal squatters.
No, because yeah, but I think any squatter is scary because there's such a criteria to
You think
be a
Appleseed was a
squatter.
squatter?
Yeah, obviously. He was definitely a trespasser. He's just wandering around,
Is
throwing
that why you're
seeds.
bringing them up? That's why
Throwing
you're bringing
seeds.
them up?
Yeah, because they're fucking squatty apple seeds, dude. They're a bunch of crunchy ass motherfuckers moving into people's houses, finding loopholes in the system and abusing them. Now they're like, and there's some people who find legal loopholes where they buy houses for like 40 grand because they're bankrupt and they buy them from a bank off some auction thing. And people get mad about that, but that's the legal use of the system. This is like a loophole in the system. If you're ever saying, oh, well, there's a law from 1812 that says I can live here because I pooped in the corner and that means that it's now my property, get the fuck out of here. You deserve to get
Okay,
your
but
ass
dude,
kicked.
I hate when people do this. Like I remember the super producer was like we were talking about the law to recall governors in California, and it's like 100 years old, and we recalled like 120 people, which doesn't even make mathematical sense.
Yeah.
But he was saying, yeah, it's an old ass law. It's 100 years old. I'm like, uh, murder is the oldest law. They're just saying that because it's old, it shouldn't be a law. It's like the oldest laws are the most legit. So
Yeah.
just saying it's an old law is not to me. That doesn't make sense because like
No, but what I am saying is
stealing old law.
if you use that law to manipulate the system to steal other people's property, it's a bullshit law. So yes,
Okay, you could say it's a bullshit law, but
something like
I'm just saying just how long ago it was made.
because
It should not factor in.
one of the laws about stealing somebody else's property is also one of the oldest laws in this country too. Is what I'm saying.
No, I know.
So I'm just saying manipulating the system and abusing loopholes in such a way like that to take people's shit is
You're
super
proving my
fucked up.
point though, is that stealing is an old law too. So the fact that it's old doesn't make it not relevant.
No, but what I am saying is finding loopholes in those laws, like, oh, I just moved in and I've been pooping here for 2 weeks and I've made a fake lease. I'm forging documents and presenting them like they're factual so that I can stay here and take this fucking house from you. And I'm not going to leave. I can't leave. I'm not going
insane
anywhere.
law. It's an insane law.
I'm staying in here. I'm boarded up inside. You're not coming in. I'm not going out. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. And if I do leave and you try to take the locks off and change them, you're going to get arrested. Fuck you. That's fucked up. That's what I'm saying. That's a law that needs to change. There's some
And
laws.
like, well, who's paying for the water and shit?
Because also one of the oldest laws is that like I couldn't like vote or like women couldn't vote and like all you couldn't even
Well,
own
it's not a
property.
law anymore, so
Well, I know because we changed stupid old
right.
laws
So
sometimes.
it's not even a law. Not even an old law.
But
It's not a law.
Ronnie D, dude, Meatball Ronnie D out here just hitting him with the Euro step. This law, which goes into effect in July, gives police the right to immediately arrest squatters and criminally charge trespassers with a felony, and any intentional damage and issues a misdemeanor charge for falsifying a lease. Good. The bill had bipartisan support, and this is something that's like that'll get if I don't know if anybody's gonna fight that, but that should be like a federal law. I don't think you can like be snatching up people's shit. Like if you knew your homie was squatting in a house, he's like, hey, come over. You going? You going to the squatter's house to go kick it and chill?
Yeah.
You are. You're going. I wouldn't.
I don't know, but do you remember?
It's like a
Trailer Park
trap.
Jesse?
It's like a trap house, dude. There's like no
you ever-
furniture.
Did you ever hang out with Trailer Park Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. I went to his house one time and I got so dizzy and like disoriented, I had to like stumble out of it, and it's like it's like a labyrinth of like trailers like together, and I like some random person's like on the couch, and I just like got outside like I was like asbestos and like no oxygen. It was fucked up. But that's what I would imagine. But if you're doing it right, like if I'm gonna squat, it's gonna be a mansion.
Well, yeah, but that's fucked up, man. Like you can't. I just don't think that's
I
right.
mean, I'm not gonna go over there if there's like the owners are outside like upset.
This fight is absolutely not done yet, and if some sort of
For a
federal
house party.
legislation can be crafted, I think that would be a solution. And that's something that's going to be closer to the election. I hate squatters. Squatters are the worst. They're going to do it. Watch. It's going to happen.
No,
that's going to
'cause
become a topic. It's
that's
going to be a
just
hot.
It's only people who have multiple houses
But
that you're talking to.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's a hot button issue that you can manipulate because a lot of people don't like squatters, whether they have two houses or not. I don't. I don't even have a fucking house, and I hate squatters. I hear about that because those motherfuckers got a house and I don't, and they got enough balls to steal it from some old bird who doesn't know that who forgot about her.
I hate Johnny Appleseed because he's a squatter.
Yeah. So
I
fuck
hate
all of
the
them.
Oregon Trail. I hate the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck.
Nah, man. I hate campsites. I hate 3-day festivals with camping enclosures.
I hate bonfires because they're like camping.
But no, I mean I just think that you can
I
turn
hate
that.
meditation
That's going to be a
circles.
hot button issue because it's a manipulatable issue. I can bitch about, oh, and these squatters, Sleepy Joe doesn't want to do anything about the squatters. He wants to let them squat. He's a squatter himself. I caught him squatting one time.
He's squatting in my White House right
I
now.
heard he
I've been trying
squats.
to evict him for 4 years.
Sleepy Squatty Joe squats when he pees. Everyone's talking about it. It's true. It's one of the worst squats we've ever seen.
Dr. Hansen was forced to sit down while he pees. His wife used to make him because he couldn't control his dick from peeing on the seat. So, one of the most manly men of all time, Dr. Hansen, sits down when he pees. Dr. Hansen was the dad of one of our homies in high school, but they were like some country folk, and
Yeah,
yeah,
good times. Yeah, so back to there's this chart. There's a chart. The debate. No, it's only necessary. No, I don't want your fucking newsletter. What do I want a newsletter about squatters' rights? Unless I'm a fucking squatter. Squatters' rights. Time period after which an illegitimate tenant acquires certain rights by U.S. state. So in Louisiana, you gotta be squatting for 30 fucking years. And in New Jersey, it looks like New Jersey, you gotta be squatting for 30 fucking years before they're gonna let you have any squatters' rights.
okay, I don't hate that kind of squatter.
But California, 5 years. Nevada or Montana, 5 years. Who wants to squat in Montana?
A lot of people.
I guess you could. I guess you could
Yeah.
hide out on somebody's
Think
like
about how many
lease.
rich people have like giant houses they never go to out there. Like that's what like celebrities are doing, buying up shit in Montana and like Wyoming.
Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, they're 10 years. Nevada's 15 years. Washington, Oregon are 10.
So there's obviously use for this law to be in place.
California's
Each
got the most
individual
lax.
state like has the law, then there's a reason for it, you know.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, 5 years. So that means if you can just hold that house hostage for 5 years. There's people that do that. I'm sure there's people right now. Like there's that one guy in New York where he was squatting in this woman's house. It's this like Asian guy, and he's like he was living in a $400,000 house, sold it, then started squatting in this lady's house to find a loophole in the law to confiscate this woman's like abandoned $2 million home. And so he had like tons of people protesting in front of the house with his picture up at like the Korean market, all sorts of stuff, just blasting this guy on the fucking news. And none of those people have like some $2 million home in New York that's just empty that you stumble upon one day. Oh, somebody's here. Like, yeah, bitch. Like, you ain't been here in 6 months. What are you talking about? Somebody's here. I've been watching it for you. You should be paying me. I'm the greenskeeper in this motherfucker at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I planted dandelion. I planted like petunias.
What if they go to court and find out that they've like improved the value of the house by like upkeeping it and then like and their deserved money?
Imagine that. Oh my God. Who are you? First of all, take your shoes off when you come in my goddamn house.
It's like so much nicer.
I don't pay the bills around here. And as long as you're underneath your roof, but I'm in charge, you're going to do what I say, bitch. Like, I could just imagine how that's so back-asswards. And some of them, like, leave them pretty furnished. But if you're a squatter, why would you damage the house once you're squatting in it? That's what's weird to me. You have, like, a clean, pristine house, some rich dude's got nice shit, so you smash the TVs. Like, do you not know what to do when you're inside like a nice house? So you just gotta
I mean, it could
smash
be meth heads, bro. It's always the meth heads. It's SBF and his girlfriend, and they're trying to like commingle funds in Alameda.
Look at how big this garage is. We could totally set up a whole mining setup in here.
Now he's in the booty pen.
Hit me with that Adderall enema. Yeah.
That sounds tight.
No, that sounds gross. Sounds loose. That thing be breathing.
I'm loose.
But there's a lot of 10 years. It looks like California, Montana, the most laxed. Then you got like Arkansas, Tennessee, are in that 7-year span. And then everybody else is somewhere between 10. They have the most strict, though, 30. You got a couple that are at 18 to 21 years. Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, both Dakotas, Idaho, Colorado. So, you know, if you're going to squat in somebody's ski resort house, you better be there for 18 to 21 years, and then it's all
like
you, bud.
Imprisoning yourself.
Yeah. So there just needs to be criminalized.
For generational wealth.
It needs to be criminalized to disincentivize it. It's the same thing as like immigration into this country. The easiest way for me to get a mansion is to illegally steal it from some old lady who's not around.
Straight up, and it's not a crime.
And honestly, it's not a crime. At least crossing the border, crossing the border is illegal, and that's
I got 5 years.
I'm not doing it, man. I'll just
for
wait.
a $25 million manch. No, would you come visit me once I acquired the house?
Yeah, once you hit, there was time. Yeah,
once I hit the 5-year mark,
and I'd bring you like furniture, because then like this property tax shit would hit, and you'd be fucked, dude. And I'd be like, dude, like you stole this house that you can't even afford the taxes on. You're a dumbass. You
should have. I just flip it.
Should have stolen somebody's like condo in Chico or something, dude.
As soon as I own it, I sell it. I sell the $25 million, and then I just go buy $12.5 million, and then I got money to spend.
I mean, yeah, after you pay like capital gains and shit on that, you're gonna have to pay some extra tax.
Oh, good.
So like 40% or something like that.
Long-term capital gains. Long-term capital gains only 19%.
No, I can't support that. Can't.
17.
Next one. Meatball State Supreme Court upholds. This is Meatball Supreme Court. So we got 2 dubs before we trash you. Shout out Ron DeSantis. It's been a good run. You had a good time.
Can we call it a run? Can we call it a run? And that's
back-to-back episodes, 2 articles.
He went back-to-back.
He's making
like
moves.
Drake.
Making moves, but the Supreme Court in Florida upholds the state's 15-week abortion ban, but voters will soon have a say. So this abortion right is gonna be on the ballot in the state of Florida.
6 week. It's a 6 week.
Well, now it's 60. No, I know. Well, now so the 6-1 upheld the states, and then there is the 6, but they're voting. It's going to be on the ballot.
Yeah, it's going to be on the ballot in November, and guess what's going to happen? Florida's going to go blue.
Think so?
I think Trump is going to lose like in an historic fashion.
The Florida Supreme Court on Monday cleared the way for the state to ban abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, before many women even know they're pregnant, while also giving voters a chance to remove the restrictions in November. Good. They've reshaped Republican Ron DeSantis ruled 6-1 to uphold the state's ban on most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, meaning a 6-week abortion ban will soon take effect. But under a separate ruling, 4-3, the court allowed a ballot measure to go to voters that would enshrine abortion rights in Florida's constitution. So 4-3.
That's like putting weed on the ballot, dude. Like the Republicans are fucked.
These 3 people are pissed. Those 3 that voted no for the voting ballot are pissed. Court's decision could be pivotal in the presidential race and congressional contests this year by driving abortion rights supporters to the polls, which the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022. Voters in every state with an abortion-related ballot measure have favored on the side backed by abortion rights for supporters, including Kansas. Kansas thought they had it in the bag.
Kentucky.
Kansas lost pretty bad, too. It wasn't close. They lost by like 15 points, 20 points. It wasn't even close. Like, any state, they were like, oh, we'll do it. Kansas was like, we'll do it in Kansas because, of course, they don't. And then it was like literally like 68% voted, like, in favor. Where it's like that, That's the type of stuff that motivates people to go out and vote. And Florida is putting
Well,
it
it's
front and
just
center.
like my mom is a single issue voter and it was abortion, but because she's Catholic. And so she votes Republican. She was like yelling at me today because I put a water bottle in a bag and put it in the actual trash can instead of the recycling. And I was like, you vote Republican. Like, shut the fuck up about the environment, bitch. Like, but
By not putting this in the trash can, you're a Republican. I'm stopping the reduction of jobs, mom. Um,
I mean, but just
the landfill
but
guy's
she
busy.
only she was only voting on the abortion issue, and now guess what? See, that's why the Republicans never actually wanted to reverse Roe v. Wade because they don't have it. It's now no longer politically advantageous for Republicans to talk about abortion, and
That's why
now it
it's
is for
all now it's
Democrats.
all border. Now it's all
Well, now
border.
but they fucked that up too because they won't pass the fucking border bill. So we have both the border and abortion on our people are going out to
Yeah,
vote on it.
yeah, but the equivalent with the border would be like Trump being like open borders. That would be like them
That's
blowing it
yeah.
because but that's how much they've blown it
But
with Roe v.
no, they
Wade.
have the bill and they didn't sign it and they said they didn't sign it because they wanted it to be an issue.
No, I know, I understand that, but what I'm saying
That's pretty
is
bad.
the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the equivalent for immigration would be like executive order, borders open, and everybody'd be like, "Why did you do that?"
No. The equivalent would be borders completely shut. Nobody can get in or out. And then
Actually, yeah, that's right.
people would be like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, like your people aren't coming out on the border. Our people are coming out on the border.
Yeah, true. I mean, I mean, so you're thinking this just gets enshrined. Florida's just gonna
Oh,
enshrine
for
it.
sure. Because Florida, like, yeah, it's not Kansas, it's not Kentucky. It's still, I mean, it's been a red state since Obama, like first term, I think. I don't know if he won it the second one, maybe though. But but yeah, so yeah, but come on, man. How many abortions go on in Miami? It's like big business.
Jesus.
Or just in any of the like country bumpkin bullshit places in Florida, like in Fort Lauderdale or like Jacksonville or Tallahassee. You're telling me they don't need like abortion services? Come on.
See, but like on the ballot, DeSantis has got to be pissed because he took over in 2019. He's appointed 5 of the court's 7 judges.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, keep your eyes out on that, Meatball Ron. All right, Trump's social media stock tumbles, erasing early gains. I want to kind of, you were ranting about
Amazing.
the, so I kind of want to let you talk about it because you were the one who was just like diving
Well,
in
it's so
balls deep.
fucking yeah, it's so funny because I thought it was clear. Like I knew that they only made $3.5 million in revenue and lost money, like on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's that they like, and it took until they said that they lost $58 million last year for them to like tumble or for the stock to tumble. It's like that was available information day one. Like this is obviously bullshit. Like bullshit stock. So I feel bad for Reddit. Like I mean, Reddit's up, but like I feel like Reddit got caught up in this bullshit. I mean, it was up today. Like I mean, I think it's basically even, right?
Yeah, they said, but it went up. It spiked up, then it's dropped down, but it's been
Yeah,
losing steam, losing momentum.
for sure. I mean, it opened at $71 and it's at $51.
So it's just like this. So
But
people
it's
are people,
down. It's
but
down 20. It's down over 25% since the IPO.
well, people are saying it's a pump dump, which we kind of were saying it is, and
Of
they're like,
course.
but they're saying it's a poorly executed pump and dump because they're not pumping it up enough to really be able to dump it.
Well, and he can't dump it for 6 months. And do you think that you know, like Reddit went down a little bit because they found out that like the CEO and I think like the CFO or something sold off like 500,000 shares each. Okay. Um, but they're like strategically selling it off. It's not like they dumped all of it. Like, you think Trump's going to be strategically selling it off, or is he going to just be like, cash me the fuck out now. I need to be liquid. And he owns over 60% of the shares. So when 60% of the shares just get dropped like in one fell swoop, the stock's going to plummet, and it's going to zero. It's just a matter of when. This is not a company.
Yeah.
You and I are more lucrative than DJT.
Stock, the stock in the parent company of President former Trump's social media platform fell sharply Monday, erasing last week's gains and shaving more than $1 billion off of Trump's value of Trump's stake. The drop after the regulatory filing in which the company ticker symbol DJT reported losing $58 million last year on revenues over just $4 million. The platform got so bad, which Trump started after being kicked off of Twitter, now known as X, in quotes, of course, has far fewer users than any other social media outlet, and its heavy dependence on Trump's own posts to make it vulnerable. The value of the TMTG brand, or Trump Media and Technology Groups, oh my god, brand may diminish if the popularity of President Trump were to suffer. The company said in its filing. To the extent users prefer a platform that is not associated with President Trump, TMTG's ability to attract users may decrease.
So they lost 15 times more money than they brought in, and the stock is worth what is it? The amount the amount they lost is the stock is worth $6 billion and they lost 60 million. You know, it's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
We're not even in 100 million or 1 billion range. And also Trump, first guy to be a billionaire who's actually never a billionaire and then kind of became a billionaire on paper and already lost $1 billion. He's already lost $1 billion. He never even had $1 billion. He's already lost one.
Yeah,
in a week.
Trump loyalists eagerly snapped up shares in the parent company when trading began last week. The stock jumped up more than 30% in the first 2 days on the market, making Trump shareholders more than $5.2 billion. Early enthusiasm didn't last. The stock then fell 6%, or fell more than 6% on Thursday, then another 21% on Monday, reducing the former's value stake to $3.8 billion.
Yep. And it's gonna keep going down. But this is also kind of fucked up because the Saudis, or the dude from TikTok, or the Qataris or the Russians, they can like pump it themselves, if they want to like curry favor with Trump and keep it afloat. And they wouldn't even have to buy that much of it to keep it afloat.
No, they wouldn't. Last article, Tesla disaster with fewest deliveries since 2022. Company handed over just 387,000 electric cars to customers, the smallest quarterly figure in more than a year. That was down more than 8% year to year and far fewer than analysts expected. Shares fell more than 4% on the news. So down about 10%. Or they're down 8% on year to year, far fewer. Is
that the first time ever that the share price was like went up or down based upon actual manufacturing, actual business sense, actual fundamentals?
Yeah, I like that. Like I think not artificially inflated, but he's made himself.
No, it's 100% artificially. It is like it's a meme stock.
What, Tesla?
Yes. It's worth more than the entire car industry combined, and it doesn't sell like it's not like in the top like 5 of like selling cars. So you tell me, how does that make sense? I'm not saying it's a bad car. People might say that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they don't sell any of them. It's for it to be worth all of the cars combined.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so it says it's a mitigated disaster and it's hard to explain. And now people are like paying attention, but like, yeah. I mean, the rest of the car industry, better manufacturers are making EVs and they're catching up. Like the new
China's making one.
Have you seen that fully electric Scat Pack Charger? They made like a Dodge Charger, dude. It's crazy, and they even make it have like
F-150 Lightning or whatever.
yeah, those are pretty cool. With like then the lights go all the way around. Those are sweet, like, and they're quick. Um, but yeah, I mean, it seems like with Tesla being down in sales, and you could also attribute that to him buying X and Twitter and all this goofy shit he's dealing with. It's like he's all over.
100%. Like
He's
the brand
so
is tarnished.
he's so scatterbrained that it's hard. He might need some meth or some Adderall. Like he's just
He's definitely on it already. Like, what are you talking about? He's doing a hella drugs.
true. He's just all over the place when it comes to what he's trying to accomplish, and it's like he forgot about this. But it's it's worth so much money. It just has never made sense to me. Never made sense.
Yeah.
Tesla's problems worsened the first 3 months of this year. Attacks in the Red Sea caused supply distributions to which temporarily shut off a factory in Germany, which was later hit by an alleged arson attack. So, he's going through it.
He'll be fine.
There's been some recall things, too. Watched a video of this guy buying a
Couldn't be happening to a nicer guy, you know?
Watched a video of this guy. He's doing, what is he doing? But it's Tesla, like, he bought a new Cybertruck and he's pulling out of the parking lot, and he turns and then like the steering like goes out, and it's like like shuts his car down. Otto takes him back to the dealership 4 miles an hour. He fucked.
I was thinking about using a Cybertruck as a pool truck, you know?
That would be tight. That'd be a good.
No, it would not be tight, dude. It couldn't fit the shit that we would need, and I mean, I'd probably get murdered by another pool guy.
Yeah, he'd be like, look at this fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
Hey, Tony, come check out this guy at the fucking block truck.
This
Hey,
guy.
would you build that on Lego Fortnite?
Would you get that at the fag factory?
Jesus, careful. Careful.
That's what somebody said to me because I had a green helmet when we played hockey. Our uniforms were green.
Yeah, you don't need to. Careful saying that though. You get flagged. It's a slur, sir.
We're fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, so apparently Teslas are falling apart. He's having to recall things. Now he's only sold less than 400,000 cars. It's his lowest year since 2022. I mean, has that wave hit? Is Tesla peaked?
I would hope so. But the play for Tesla is they own all the charging stations. So people are going to be licensing their charging stations, or they're going to be like, they have to use the same output, like the shit you just plug in, like the lightning cord for Apple, the equivalent of that.
Yeah, like the socket or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the socket. Yeah, there you go. So they got a lock on that, I think, and then they're working on AI. So maybe there's some but they have to it's not just the cars. It's not going to get them anywhere that they want to back to where they thought they were going to be. But I think the different revenue streams could.
Yeah, it's possible. But I mean, hopefully it's the beginning of the end for that asshole. That would be nice.
Yeah. No shout out, Elon. Out here launching fucking rockets every day. Sonic's been in my house literally once a week.
Yeah. You got any deep poetic thoughts? Anything? Are you going to the big boys table and you're going to let us know? Oh, I'm going to be out of town next week, so we'll have to move the pod. I will be in the Windy City, Chicago. Gotta go O-block. Handle some business.
Fucking giant storm out east right now. Tornadoes and snow and floods. So hopefully that's passed by the time you get there.
It should be.
Long train tornadoes, I think was what they were calling them. Long tail tornadoes, maybe?
Long train? Like what is look at this.
Sound like trains.
This tornado's riding a train, Mom. It's like
maybe long tail. It just means that they're on the ground for a long time.
Yeah.
Whatever the term is, but that's what's going on right now in the
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Speaking of.
Yeah.
Y'all got your abortions back.
And did you see there was that earthquake, that 7.5?
Oh yeah, in Taiwan, causing a tsunami in the Okinawa Islands.
Well, Well,
Well,
it hasn't happened yet, but the water
the
lines
dude-
are like receding huge. Like there's live video feeds of the beaches where buoys are just like laying.
the guy on the news that was reporting it whenever I was watching said it was going to be like a 3 foot wave. And then like 20 minutes later, he comes back. He goes, "Sorry, they said 3 meters, which is like 9 feet." It's like, oh, it's a big fucking difference.
It's a big wave, man. That's scary.
And you know, seismic waves in the open ocean travel 500 miles per hour. And then when they slow down when they get close to the coast, but isn't that insane?
Yeah, I mean, I believe it.
Seismic wave going five, you just get slapped with a 9 foot, 500 mile an hour wave. That would suck.
Yeah. If you ever see the beach water rescinding, get the fuck out of there.
Gotta go.
Like, quickly. But yeah, I mean, you know, shout out to them. Hopefully, there's been no reported deaths yet. So it seems like, you know, as of right now, there hasn't been any casualties from the earthquake.
There's been building collapse.
Oh,
so.
yeah, like crazy building collapses. But the fact that that's happened and nobody's been hurt is awesome. So, you know.
Well, just knock on. I mean, I don't know. Like it just happened, so we'll find out.
Well, I mean, they're talking about initially right now. They don't believe any, but
right.
that's off the earthquake. We'll see what happens with the tsunami. Well, all right. Well, episode 132, Squatty Appleseed.
Squatty Patty.
Well, appreciate you coming, man. You got anything deep for me?
Meditate, motherfucks.
Well, we appreciate you swinging by. As always, be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, be nice to somebody. You're awesome and a unique person. You have value. Now, go fuck yourself.
Shut up.
God.
Recording stopped.
Fuck Johnny Appleseed.